Okay, good evening everyone. Kumusta po? Ayan, so for now we have drills for TLE majorship. So updated na po ba kayo sa bagong panukala ng PRC? So yung TLE and TLTVE is separated na, alright? So and teachers, don't forget to share this live discussion because this is kumbaga ito po ay isang refresher lamang. Tayo'y mag-review at mag-refresh ng knowledge natin. Okay, so narinig niyo po ba yung echo? Okay, so kumusta? Ayan, don't forget to share this live discussion po, especially doon po sa sa mga magte-take ng board examination this incoming March 2020, September 2025. So, ayan. So, kumusta po kayo? Okay, all right. Let's start with question number 1. Okay, so it is past drills only. Past drills po ito. Okay, past drills po ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. All right, so our topic is all about technology and livelihood education. So, ayan teachers, we will start in a few minutes for a short discussion for TLE majorship. Again, so by May is the release of mga pumasa sa board examination. So, aside niyan, kailangan yung mga mag-take ngayong September 2025 board examination, kailangan prepared po kayo sa mismong exam. Okay po? So, ayan. Itong live na to is para lang to sa mga TLE majorship. By the way, wala pa akong schedule for the professional education and especially for general education. So, it is exclusive only for the TLE majorship. So, maya-maya po mag-start po tayo. Hintayin muna po natin makapasok yung mga ibang magte-take ng board examination. So, ayan, free po itong live na ito para po to sa mga self-review. So, mga nagsa-self-review po para sa darating na board examination this incoming September 2025 exam. Okay, shout out sa mga viewers natin. Kumusta? Kumustang araw? Kumustang gabi? Okay, so shout out sa mga viewers natin. Okay, kay Ivy Joy W. Makutay, thank you for watching. And sa lahat ng viewers natin. Okay, so ayan teachers, let's start with question number 1. Okay, madaliin natin to teachers kasi past drills lang po tayo. Ayan. So, past drills tayo. So, how about this one? A circuit protection device that automatically blows and cut the circuit when it overload or short circuit happens. Ano daw ang gagawin natin? Again, the question is, a circuit protection device that automatically blows and cut the circuit when it overload or short circuit happens. Ano ang kumbaga pag nagkaroon ng overload, nagkaroon ng short circuit, ano ang dapat nating gawin? So, ang una ba nating pupuntahan ay si junction box, si fuse, si switch, or si letter D, main plug. So, what is the answer in question? Number 1. Sige nga, future LPTs, ano po ang isasagot ninyo? Future LPT is a circuit protection device that automatically blows and cut the circuit when its overload or short circuit happens. So, ang pupuntahan ba natin agad na kailangan nating i-off is si junction box. What is the purpose of junction box? What is fuse? What is switch? And also the male plug. So, ayan. So, ano bang sagot? Is it letter A, B, C, and D? O, sige nga, you have 1 minute to think before you answers. So, anong sagot? Anong magandang sagot po dyan? Isa-isahin ba nating i-ratio? What is the purpose of fuse? What is the purpose of male plug? Okay, ulitin natin. So, start tayo dito sa male plug. Ano ang purpose ng male plug sa circuit? Okay. So, anong pinaka-purpose ng male plug, mga ma'am and sir? Bakit mali si delta? Bakit i-eliminate ko agad si delta? Tandaan po, teachers, di ba? Sabi natin, ang male plug po is a connectors. So, ibig sabihin, siya yung nag-a-allow ng electrical devices to connect to a power sources. So, that's why it does have what? Any built-in mechanism for detecting or overloads or short circuits. That's why letter D is wrong answer. So, si male plug po, it cannot cut off power of what? Of their own. Okay, so that's why letter D is wrong answer. So, how about si junction box? Ano ang purpose ni junction box? Sige nga. Ano ang purpose ni junction box naman? Tandaan nyo, teachers, ang junction box na tinutukoy natin dito. Okay, ano siya? Diba si junction box is a enclosure. Ibig sabihin, siya po ang bahay o bahay of the electrical connection. Okay, so ang junction box po, it can serve what? Anong sineserve niya? As a protective container for wire places and also the connection of what? O sige nga, the connection but does not provide any automatic disconnection in the event of an overload or short circuit. That's why si letter A po is wrong answer. So teachers, may na-eliminate na po tayong dalawa. Choose the best. Is it switch or fuse? Sige nga, anong sagot? Si Beta ba or si Charlie? Tingnan natin. Ano ang isasagot ninyo? Oh. Is it Beta? Is it Charlie? Ano ang sagot? Teachers, the answer here is fuse. Bakit mali si switch? Bakit tama si letter B? Okay, tandaan nyo po. Mali po si switch, teacher, kasi ang switch is the device used to open or close the electrical circuit manually. Yun po ang purpose ni switch. While switch po can control the flow of electricity, they do not automatically respond to overall or short circuit. That's why letter C is wrong answer. The correct answer is fuse. Why? Ang fuse po is a safety devices. Ano nga po si fuse? Fuse po is a safety devices designed to protect the electrical circuit from the overload and short circuit. Maliwanag po ba, teachers? So that's why it contains a metal wire or strip that melts when excessive a current flows through it. So that's why it is effectively breaking the circuit and also preventing further damage to the electrical system. So this action po, itong fuse na ito, it occurs automatically without any manual intervention, teacher. So that's why fuses is reliable choice for a circuit protection. So what is the difference between the four? So as you can see, teachers, this is the junction box. Okay? Type of switches. This is the fuse. Okay? And this one, it is a male plug. Okay po? Ito, napagbaliktad ko po yan, teacher, ha? Okay, ulitin natin. Okay. So, ayan. So, ito po, dito siya. Napagbaliktad ko yung input niyan. And ito, dito. Okay? So, ito po yung fuse. Okay, teachers, ito yung junction box. O, nakikita nyo naman yung mga junction box. Okay, teachers? So, I hope you learn. Okay, so junction box is also known as electrical box or G-box or terminal box. Okay, iisa lang naman po yan. Kung walang makita sa na junction box, terminal box, or electrical box, iisa yan. Bakit? Ito pong ano na to, it is a protective box where the wires are interconnected. Junction boxes are often to built into a plaster of a wall and ceiling or within the concrete. So nakikita nyo naman yan sa bahay ninyo. So si fuse po, ito po yan, no? Itong orange na to. Okay, ang fuse ito. Okay. So, dito po teachers, kung makikita nyo po, ayan, si fuse is electrical safety devices that protect electrical circuit and electronic devices from a damage caused by excessive current. Okay, so next is switch. Diba, kakadiscuss ko lang kanina, it is respond to an external force to mechanical change an electrical signal which are used to turn electric circuit and off and to switch electric circuit. So, ang male plug po, it is commonly known as a power plug. So, it means it is responsible for supplying and drawing a current from a receptacle to the circuitry of an electrical appliances. Next question. From what part of the ohmmeter do you derive resistance reading? O sa part daw po ng ng ohmmeter. From what part of the ohmmeter do you derive resistance reading? O it is a range multiplier? Is that reading scale, test probes, or pointers? What is the answers? Nakikita po ba mga ma'am and sir? Nakikita po? Paki-comment po kung nakikita ang ating ang ating mga PPT. Nakikita po yung PPT. Paki-ano nga po, ma'am. Okay. So, ayan. Is it range multiplier ba, teachers? O, tingnan natin. Bigyan ko kayo ng ng 1 minuto para sagutan ang question na yan. Para sa mga magte-take ngayong September. O, di ba sabi, from what part of the ohmmeter do you derive resistance reading? So, it is range multiplier ba, reading scale, test probes, or pointers. So, saan po siya pasok? Saan? Okay. So, titingnan natin ba kasi di nare-read yung ating PPT. Oh my God. Okay, nare-read naman. So, try kong ilagay sa dating Okay. So, wala namang pagbabago. Okay. So, i-ratio natin isa-isa. Ano bang tamang sagot dito? Shout out kay Sir Romar. Okay. So, ayan teachers, isa-isahin natin. Kasi late na rin ako nakapag-live. It is already 9:13 in the evening. Tama. So, ayan. Kanina diniscuss ko yung mga male plug. So, ngayon, dito tayo sa gagamitin natin for the reading of resistance. Okay. So, kailangan po isa-isahin natin. Meron po tayong components para sa ohmmeter, right? So, ano-ano yung mga components na yon? We have 4, which is the test probes, reading scale, range multiplier, and also the pointers. So, let's start with pointers. Okay, unahin natin si pointers. Bakit mali po si pointers, teachers? Okay, ano ba ang purpose ni pointers? 'Di ba? Kung i-re-ratio natin, aalalahanin natin yung mga pinag-aralan natin way back sa college, ang pointers po, especially in electricity and electronics, it is the analog meter. Ano nga po si pointers? It is the analog meter. So that's why it is referring to the needles that moves across the scale. So it indicate the resistance level. So ibig sabihin si pointers nag-i-indicate lang po ito ng ng resistance level. Okay, ano naman si letter C? Bakit mali si letter C? Okay, 'di ba pag sinabi nating test proofs, it is what? It is the physical connection. Okay, pag sinabi nating physical connection, they touch to the components. So it means the whose resistance you want to measure, they allow current to flow through the component. Kaya tinawag siyang test proofs. Again, ulitin ko. Ang test proofs po is the physical connections that you touch to the components. Aside of that, it is the resistance you want to measure. So that's why they allow current to flow through the component. Okay, so may dalawa na lang tayong natitira. Add one out, ang technique na ginagawa natin. So, pipiliin natin yung pinaka-best answer. It is a range multiplier or is it a reading scale? So, since the word is reading, sometimes sa board exam po, meron po tayong tinatawag na clue. Minsan yung clue nasa mismong question. Okay, the answer is letter B, reading scale. Okay. Bakit mali si range multiplier? Bakit mali po si letter A? Okay, explain ko ng maayos sa inyo. Ang range multiplier po, this is the setting. Siya po yung setting that allows the user to select the different range of the measurement based on what? Based on the expected resistance value. So, ang range multiplier po, it can helps in scaling the reading appropriately so that's it can what? O, sige nga. It can, interpret correctly. So, yun po si reading scale. So, next is B. Si B is the correct answer, right? Ano si reading scale? Bakit siya yung tamang sagot? Si reading scale po, kung babalikan natin, it is, this is where you visual interpret the measure, the value of a resistance. So, in analog po sa ohmmeter, the scale is typically has a marking for different resistant values, especially in ohmmeter. So, for digital po, ng multimeters po, tinatawag natin yan na DMMS. So, that's why it is displayed numerically on an LCD screen. Nakikita natin yon sa LCD screen. That's why sa letter B is the correct answer. Okay, next question, number 3. Which is woody climbing or twinning plants? Again, which is woody climbing or twinning plants? Saan siya? Anong tawag dyan? From the word woody climbing. Tinatawag din po siya, mga ma'am and sir, na twinning plants. Is it herbs, lianas, vines, or shrubs? What is the answers? What is the answers? Okay, shout out kay Jim Sariban. Shout out, thank you for watching. Which is a woody climbing or twinning plants? Is it vines kaya? Is it alinas? Is it an herbs? Or is it a shrubs? Okay, so alamin na natin ang tamang sagot. Ayan, sinong unang tatanggalin natin? Add one out ang technique na gagawin natin mga ma'am and sir ha. Okay, shout out sa mga nanonood. Ayan, shout out nanonood. So ito, nakapag-live na naman ako ngayong session. Okay po ba yung ano natin? Yung um, internet access? Kasi minsan nagkakaroon ng error ang internet access natin. So, unahin na natin si letter D. Bakit mali si letter D, teachers? Sige nga, alamin natin bakit mali si letter D. Okay. Bakit mali si letter D? Bakit mali? Okay. So, aralin natin. Si letter D ang unang i-eliminate natin. Okay. Bakit si letter D? Si letter D, di ba teacher, it is a multi-stem. Ibig sabihin, it is a woody plants that grow close the ground. Okay po ba? Naka-close po si shrub sa ground and do not exhibit a climbing or twinning behaviors. Kaya hindi po tamang sagot si letter D. Because ang shrubs po, it is a self-supporting and lack the structural adaptations needed for a climbing. Okay po? So, that's why letter D is wrong. So, next, anong sunod na eliminate natin? Si letter A, si alpha. Herbs. Ano ba si herbs? O, di ba pag sinabi nating herbs, it is generally a non-woody plant. Because ang herbs po, it is, or they have a soft stem. Right? So, that's why herbs, they do not develop significantly secondary growth or wood, and they are typically what? O, sige nga, typically a small size. O, ano ang example ng mga herbs? Parsley, herbs po yan. Mint. O, since herbs is lack of woody po, structure and climbing or twinning behavior, hindi po siya fit sa hinahanap natin na tamang sagot. So, dalawa lang naman ang pigpipilian natin dito. Is it lianas or vines? Diba? So, ito po, ang clue lang po dito is, pag nabasa ninyong woody climbing plants or twinning plants, ang nakita nyo sa board examination, ang isasagot nyo po is si letter B. Okay? Hindi po si letter C. Kasi si letter C, it is a self-supporting plant or climbing plant, si vines. Okay. Si linyas po, teachers, bakit siya ang tamang sagot? Because this type of woody vine are commonly found in tropical forest. Nakikita po natin ito si linya sa mga tropical forest. So that's why it rely on other structural such as what? Such as trees or trellises. Okay, so for mechanical support to climb towards a sunlight. So that's why linyas exhibit a secondary growth, making them woody climbers. So they often specialize adaptations like a tendrils or twinning stem. Okay, so ibig sabihin si letter B is correct answer. Bakit mali si vines? Vines po is either a herbicous. Ibig sabihin, non-woody or woody plants that climb or spread across a surface using a tendrils or twinning stem or other mechanism. So some vines po are woody. Okay, so that's why yung iba yung purpose niya. Okay, so this is the herbs. Herbs are plants. Okay, herbs are plants with a fragrance or aromatic properties. Herbs can be used to flavor food, included a fragrance and even yung tinatawag nating natural medicine. So ito po yung mga example. So yung basil, parsley, rosemary. So that's the example of herbs. So silenias naman as a various long stem or woody rooted in the soils at the ground level. So that's why it is used as another means of a vertical support to the climb up to canopy to access will leaf forest areas. So ito po yan. Para makikita nyo, this is the leaves. Okay, teachers? This is the linyas. Kung makikita nyo po, yan po si linyas ha. So ito si shrubs. And this one, it is a vines. Okay, yan po yung example. Para at least nakikita nyo po yung pagkaiba-iba ng iba't ibang uri ng plants. Ano nga po to? Herbs, linyas, and this one, it is a vines. Okay, so now, question number 4. Sana walang magkamali dito ha. Which is herbicous climbing or twinning plants without self-supporting stem? O may nabasa kayong without self-supporting stem. Kaya niyang gumapang kahit wala kayong inilagay dyan na pang suporta. O, anong sagot? O, sige nga, anong sagot? Without. Okay, shout out kay Sean Leonard. Tandaan nyo po, paglinyas with supporting. Ulitin ko, linyas with supporting. Ang vines po is without supporting. Yan lang po yung clue. Okay po? Ano nga po si linyas? With supporting. And si vines naman without. Okay, without. Okay, so yun po yung tatandaan ninyo. So this question po, ang tamang sagot is letter C. So kung makikita nyo po sa image, bakit si vines ang tamang sagot? Bakit si linyas is wrong answer based on the question? Kung makikita nyo po si linyas, may mga puno ng kahoy. Okay, gumagapang, may suporta. Si vines po, kahit walang nakasuporta, once na itinanim mo yan, kusang gagapang yan. Maliwanag po ba, teachers? Yun po si vines. Okay, so next. Which grafting method is used to bypass a damaged area of a tree trunk? Again, which grafting method? Ito naman sa grafting method daw is used to bypass a damaged area of a tree trunk. Is it an approach grafting? Is it bark grafting? Is it an arcing grafting or side veneer grafting? So what is the correct answer in question number 5? Okay, shout out sa mga viewers natin. Okay, very good. All right, teachers. Actually 1 to 5 question lang naman to, teachers, kasi past drills nga lang, 5 question. Tomorrow abang na lang kayo. Kasi ang mga pa-pre-live ko naman, lahat yan may ratio. Lahat yan may specific explanation bakit siya yung tamang sagot. Okay, teachers. Number 5 question. Okay, bakit si letter A, B, C, D is pagpipilian natin kung ano yung tamang sagot. Okay, so bakit? Okay, aralin na natin mga ma'am and sir. Wag na tayong magpatumpik-tumpik pa. Kailangan nating aralin ng maayos. Okay, start tayo with letter D. Okay. So, dito tayo sa letter D. Okay. Ano ba si side veneer grafting? Okay, teachers. Ang side veneer grafting po, teachers, sa letter D, kaya po siya mali kasi nga, ang side veneer grafting po is involved. What? They involve the attaching to the side of a rootstock. That's why yung branch po, by cutting into both surface, it binding them together. So, bakit importante rin si side veneer grafting? Bakit? Because all of this, they have a purpose. They have a sustainability. Okay, pero mali si letter D kasi ang tinatanong, which grafting method is used to bypass? Nakalagay yan, bypass a damaged area of a tree trunk. Si side veneer grafting po, it is the technique is often employed in ornamental plant propagation but not for repairing at trunk damage. Hindi po siya nagre-repair ng trunk damage. Kasi po si side veneer grafting, ang pinaka-purpose, itong technique nito is para sa ornamental plant propagation. Okay, side veneer grafting po is not served as a method of bypass what? Bypass damage of a tree trunk. Okay, so now, mali si letter D. Balik tayo sa letter A. Bakit mali din si letter A? Sige nga, bakit naging mali si letter A? Okay, so, di ba teachers, si approach grafting po, this approach po of grafting is two plants are grown close together. Okay? Lumaki sila na magka-dikit. Okay, ulitin ko, approach grafting. Two plants are grown close together and their stem or branches are joined by removing a small strip or bark from each other or each binding them together until they used. Okay. So, the purpose of this methods, itong approach grafting po, teacher, ang pinaka-main purpose nito, it is used to combine two independent plant into one or strengthen weak plants by joining them with a strong root stock. So, naka-observe na kayo ng rose na makikita nyo may kulay red, tapos yung isang bulaklak niya is kulay white naman. So, ang ginawa po dyan, kaya naging ganun yung tubo niya, ginamitan siya ng approach grafting. Okay, parehas sila pinalaki, nasa isang lalagayan sila, pero i-join silang dalawa. That's why magkaiba yung bulaklak nila. Okay. Next. May dalawang pagpipilian na lang tayo. Is it bark grafting or enarching? Teachers, lagi niyo pong tatandaan, pag ang bypass a damaged area of a tree trunk, ang gagamitin po natin dito, teachers, is always letter C. Enarching grafting. Bakit si letter C ang tamang sagot? Bakit hindi si letter B? Tandaan nyo po, teachers, si enarching grafting po, it involves a planting a young seeds. So that's why near a damaged tree po and then grafting their shoots into the trunk above the damaged area, the seeding grow into kumbaga tinatawag nating replacement. Kumbaga okay, ano yung pinaka main purpose? Sige nga. What is the main purpose of enarching grafting? Bakit isa ito sa mga grafting method na ginagamit natin to bypass a damaged area of a tree trunk? Bakit? Because this method po, si letter C po, lagi niyo pong tatandaan, it is specifically designed to repair at trees with a damaged trunks by providing an alternative pathway for nutrients and water flow. Maliwanag po, teachers. That's why letter C is the correct answer. Si letter B po is wrong answer. Mali po si letter B. Bakit? Bakit mali si letter B? Papaliwanag ko ulit. Bakit naging mali? Bakit po, Teacher Grace, naging mali si letter B? Okay, ulitin ko. Ang bark grafting ba? Ano yung pinaka-definition ng bark grafting? Di ba ang pinaka purpose ng bark grafting, it can kumbaga it can involves inserting Sean. Okay? Saan natin i-insert? Sa small shoots. So, under the barks of a rootstock, this technique is commonly used for a top working of a trees or replacing the canopy with a new varieties. Yun po. What is the purpose of that? What is the purpose of bark grafting? It is primarily used for propagating a new growth or changing the variety of uproot trees. So, ang sustainability po ng bark grafting po is thus not addressing bypassing damage area on a trunk. It is more about introducing a new growth above the damaged area. Okay, kaya po mali si letter D. So again, question number 5, the correct answer is letter D. Letter C, Charlie. Okay, teachers, thank you for watching and I hope nag-enjoy po kayo dito sa discussion natin. Thank you so much and have a good night. Bye! Okay, teachers, don't forget to follow, like, and share this live discussion. And mapapanood nyo pa po itong discussion na ito sa aking YouTube channel. Kindly search Maestra Bicolana, TL Itambayan. Yun po ang name ng YouTube channel ko. Thank you so much and have a good day.